because your girl has no eyebrows. I cannot be going to bed with eyebrows and waking up with no eyebrows and just scaring the poor guy. But why did me and the Italian break up? It was a lot of little things, to be honest. Do you think that it's difficult finding true love in 2018? Yes, girl, and don't let anybody tell you different. It is hard out here. Question to you is, would you marry for love or money? Ooh, that's a good question. Hey beautiful people, I'm Mimi Just Doing Me. Welcome back to my channel. We are looking fabulous and feeling fabulous as well. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at justdoing_me, because I need to get my numbers up, help your girl out. But today I came to you guys and I said to you I was going to be filming a story time today. I'm going to be filming a Q&A today, so can you guys drop me some of the questions you want me to answer. And I want to get straight into this because you guys asked a lot of questions. I want to try and get through as many as I can. I don't know what's going on. Sorry guys. I want to answer as many as I can, and I want to be as honest as I can. And I want you guys to get to know me better. I know I've got a lot of new subscribers. Welcome on board. Get to know your girl. We are fabulous, we are smart, we are beautiful, whatever. Yeah, so let's start with the questions. Okay, so this is BelleFem6677, and she says, I'm just here to say I love your channel. You seem like such a nice young genuine lady. I wish you all the best, beautiful inside and out. Hashtag Team Mimi. Oh, thank you darling, that's not a question. But thank you, that's a nice one to start it off with. Georgina Jo tried it. Yeah, you tried it, girl. You're like, story time on how you lost your virginity. Ha ha ha. Girl, this is not that type of channel. We do not. And have you noticed that I never talk about sex on this channel? And that is very deliberate. This is not that type of channel at all. Okay. Oh, Georgina Jo, you came back with another question, and it's, would you consider marrying or dating a Nigerian guy? And have you dated one in the past, and how was it? See, I actually just literally minutes ago filmed a story time about my experience dating a Nigerian guy, but I don't know if it's going to go up before or after this video, but so I'll just answer your question. Yes, I have dated Nigerian guys. It was certainly an interesting experience, but I'm actually looking to date a Nigerian guy again because I'm very in tune with my culture. I love the music, I love the food, and I think it would be nice to date someone that, you know, I could share that with as well, and who understood that. And I think it might even make, you know, some aspects of dating easier. I've got Ruchi Edge Flair, and she says, hi boo, just here to say firstly I love you, I love your big warm heart, and secondly to give you a big up, clap clap clap, for the bold strong character you have. Don't ever stop staying true to yourself. Thank you darling. I got mad love for you and respect. Oh, and such a cute comment, but again no question, but that's so sweet. Thanks girl. Okay, so this is a good question. So Tessa Williams says, Mimi, I've always wondered where your dad where your daddy at. That's a good question. So if you guys have watched my vlogs to Nigeria, you will see my dad. That those are the only videos he's in. When I'm in Nigeria, I always see my dad because my dad lives over there. Him and my mom are separated. He lives in Nigeria, has done for at least 10, maybe 12, even 15 years. I can't remember how long. He moved back from England with work, for work purposes, when maybe I was around 12 or 13. And yeah, he never moved back, and my parents are now separated, but I see my dad at least once a year. Either he comes here or I go to Nigeria. I try to go once a year as well. So yeah, that's where my daddy at. And then we've got Nicole77, and she says, hi Mimi, I love your channel. What's it like living with your tenants? How do you go about sharing common areas? I'm thinking of ways to generate additional income, but I'm a little hesitant to do so. And that question got a lot of thumbs up, so I guess it's a question that you guys have as well. I would always say, if it's something you're looking to do, generate additional income, it's a good idea. I think having tenants has definitely helped me out a lot in terms of giving me flexibility and a lot of financial freedom, but at the end of the day it's a sacrifice because it's my own personal space and I have to sacrifice, I have to give it up. But I found that obviously when I was at uni I lived with people, I've always lived with people, so I'm used to it, but it is going to be a sacrifice and it's going to be an adjustment, so it's up to you whether or not you think it's worth it. The most important thing I would say is vet your tenants, make sure it's people that you think you'll be comfortable living with, get references, check ID, etc, etc, etc. I think everybody is generally quite respectful of, you know, the communal areas, keeps it tidy, but I have had people in the past that weren't that respectful, and I'm a bit passive aggressive in that way. I put post-its all over the place. I'm like, clean your ish, flush the toilet. Don't leave breadcrumbs. Like, I put it on post-its until people get the message. Nivette says, where do you get your self-confidence from? I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say my mum. I think my mum is such a strong character, and I saw the way she held herself, I saw the way she dressed, I saw the way she spoke, and she's just a very confident woman. She's a woman that knows what she wants, and I think that's probably where I get it from. Either that or it's innate, because I feel like I've always had it. So yeah. Christina says, when you're all dolled up and full makeup and the next morning you know the guy's gonna see you all messed up with no makeup, do you ever get oh no self-conscious shy moments? Hell yes, girl. I make sure I get up first and I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and I always have eyeliner in my bag because your girl has no eyebrows. I cannot be going to bed with eyebrows and waking up with no eyebrows and just scaring the poor guy. Like, makeup in general I don't mind too much, my skin's quite good. Most of the time I don't walk about with a full beauty face, but to wake up and have no eyebrows, I just can't explain that. So I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I put like a little bit of balm on my lips, and I draw my eyebrows back on, and then we go back to bed and pretend we just woke up. Yes. Okay, then we've got Christine A. How did you lose weight and what is your current health and fitness routine? So I did promise a video on this and it will be coming, but what I would say helped me with the weight loss, it's a long thing, which is why I want to do a video about it. Taking medication, and when I stopped taking it, I found that really helped. But now I play tennis about 4 times a week and I play on hours and hours and hours, and I think that really helps, and I eat well as well. But if you want more than that, there'll be a video coming on that soon, because I think a lot of people are interested in this. But yeah, I work out 4 times a week playing tennis, and for me it's not like going to the gym, it's something like I absolutely love. Like, I would be there 7 times a week if I could find someone to play with me. So yeah, find something you love doing like that. Okay, and I've got Lizette. Sorry guys if I'm speeding through this, I want to answer as many questions as I can. Have you lived in the US before? If yes, then compared to London, where would you say it's easier to get a corporate job? Because it seems that most blacks... Just to answer the first part about have I lived in the US, no, I've not lived in the US. I have been to America twice. Once when I was younger and once in 2015 when I was older. And from everything I see on TV, I would say it's probably a lot harder for American blacks to get a corporate job. I've never had any form of issues because of my skin colour work-wise, and I'm not going to say it doesn't happen in London. I don't know, I can only speak on my experiences and also on like my friends that I've grown up with. A lot of my girlfriends are black or mixed race, and they've never had it either. So no, I don't think generally it's a big factor over here, but I think it seems to be in America. So I think you guys have a harder job. I'll put my hands up and say I'm sorry, because I can't even imagine, you know, being discriminated against when it comes to employment. But yeah, that's my answer. And I've got one that they're trying to kill me with the pronunciation. Non kulu leko toala. Hey girl. Where are you from? And she says, hi Mimi, why do you think a lot of black law graduates do not practice law? A lot of them end up having an office job or doing something completely different. Do you ever see yourself going back to practice? I actually just also filmed a video about my law school experience. I think that one will go up before this video. But yeah, the truth about law and law school and people that practice, when I found out at law school, is a lot of people that practice law came to it much later in life. The people I was meeting that were actually practicing had been doctors previously, architects previously. They'd had much different careers and had then changed paths midlife, 30s, 40s, and then come to law. I rarely ever met anybody who said they studied law and were still practicing it. No, I think most people that study law tend to not practice or give it up after a while. And I think just because what you want to do when you're, who knows what you want to do when you're 18? Most of us find ourselves much later in life, you know, and yeah, I don't think it's black specifically. I just think it's something to do with law in general. I know it for a fact that most people that are practicing came to it later in life. So then I've got Rosie P, and she says, have you ever been in debt and how did you manage to get out of it? Yes, I have been in debt. I have already done a video about this and how no, I didn't do a video about this, but yeah, I was in debt up until just a few months ago. Like, I felt like I owed everybody and their daddy money. Like, I was swimming in it, and if I hadn't remortgaged my property, there was no other way that I was going to keep, you know, pay it off, because or it would have been very, very difficult and taken a long time, because the thing about debt is it just keeps adding up and adding up and adding up, and you keep paying. So if you can get a large influx of cash without taking on more debt, that's the best way to do it. Lady Alex, why did you and the Italian break up? I think this question is there somewhere else as well. I've already kind of said I don't want to speak too much about my love life anymore. I am kind of like backtracking away from that because I do want to share, but I feel like if something does become serious again, like I have a boyfriend, I probably won't share and I probably won't put him on camera. But until then, I'm happy to talk about the random experiences I have. But why did me and the Italian break up? It was a lot of little things, to be honest. And I kind of feel, because it's been a month and a bit, I'm better able to talk about it now than I probably was, especially when I was dealing with all those trolls. Like, I really didn't want to talk about it then. Now I couldn't care less what the hell they're doing with their lives. So yeah, I mean, the Italian, the main thing I would say, because there was a lot of stuff, was the communication. So when I met him, I was just leaving Barcelona, living in Barcelona. He didn't really speak English. I definitely didn't speak Italian, but we both spoke Spanish. He was advanced and I was kind of like moderate to fair. I'd been living in Spain for a year and a half. After months and months of being back in the UK and not hearing Spanish every day, not speaking it every day, like, we were having extremely painful conversations, like for an hour, you know, and I'd be like, I don't know what you were saying. I can't understand you, and we'd have to like keep going back to like Google Translate while trying to talk on the phone, and I'd just be hanging up. It's like, God, that was painful, that was awful, you know. And when I was in Italy, it was easier because I had this app where I was speaking to it and then it would come out in Italian, and he would speak in Italian and it would come out in English, and that was easier because my Spanish has just plummeted, unfortunately. But then when I came back, it was like, oh my God, this is like pulling teeth trying to have a conversation with you, and I don't see it getting any better. We were talking about him coming to the UK and living here, and that would have helped obviously with his English, but that would have meant that, like, realistically he couldn't get a job. You don't speak English, you're not going to get a job here. So I would have been asking him to leave his job and come and live here with me, and I would have been footing the bill basically. Like, realistically, it wasn't working, and the plan we'd put in place, or we're talking about putting in place to make it work, wouldn't have worked, because I would have probably resented him, he would have resented me. So yeah, that was the main thing, the communication, the language. Michelle Slewiston, do you think that it's difficult finding true love in 2018? Yes, girl, and don't let anybody tell you different. It is hard out here. The game has changed, the hustle has changed. Men are not loyal, men are not looking for commitment, you know, and even when they have committed, they are cheating on you. So it's very difficult finding true love, or whatever, fake love. It's very difficult finding any kind of love in 2018. Channel Chi, what's the hardest thing about doing YouTube and what is the best thing? The hardest thing for me is very obvious. My trolls, some people that just come and they just want to hate you, or they think they have some kind of insight into how you should live your life, or they just, everybody got opinions, and that's the hardest bit. But I've turned off all my notifications before. It used to come through on my phone. I'd be having a good day, I'd see a notification pop up, and then like, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't even talk. I'm just miserable. So I turned that off, and now I'm coping a lot better with that. They can do whatever. That's your problem. It ain't my problem. And the best thing about YouTube, I've said, when people message me and say that I'm really helping them. A girl messaged me a few months back after I did my remortgage video, and she was like, thanks girl, you dropped some gems. Because of you, I have opened a new buyer's saving account with the government. I've told my sister to do it. I'm getting my cousin to do it. And I was like, wow, that is crazy that that information helps somebody. People didn't know that they had that choice out there, and the government would match whatever they put into that scheme. So learning that I can really help people, that, and also the flexibility is given me to be able to work part-time as well. I love that. Lindy Huangwane says, I'm looking at you adoringly, sis. You're beautiful. Please preserve your beauty. I will do my best, girl. Okay, Anna says, out of all the job roles you've had, which one did you enjoy the most? Sorry. Which one did you enjoy the most? Also, what's your advice for graduates getting into work? I'm only going to answer one part of that because I'm running out of time. Best job I had was working for Procter & Gamble at the Weller division. Weller is like a hair company, massive. Procter & Gamble is one of the biggest companies in the world. And I tell you the benefits and perks. They gave me a brand new Lexus. I had complete control of when I worked. If I wanted to start work at 11 and finish at 2, I did that a lot. Don't judge me. Petrol expenses paid for. Lots of company parties, and because it was in the beauty industry, you get to go to all these like fashion shows, events. I used to get lots of free hair products, free makeup, because Procter & Gamble also own Rimmel and a bunch of other brands. So yeah, that was my favorite job. Advice to new graduates, I'll quickly answer that. Get as much experience as you can fast. If you have to do, you know, free, you know, or volunteer work, do it, because one thing they're going to ask you when you get out there and you're interviewing is, what's your job experience? Okay, Oftense says, what is your favorite book of all time, and what book do you recommend for women trying to climb the corporate ladder, if any? Favorite book of all time is Pride and Prejudice. I read that book at least once a year. I've probably read it more than 20 times. I am in love with Mr. Darcy. That's why, like, the standard that I hold men to when I'm trying to get a man at is just so high, because I grew up reading all these romance novels that said men should be this, men should be that, and they're just not. I don't know what to tell y'all. Books to climb the corporate ladder, not gonna lie to you, I've never read any, so if you find any, let me know. Girl, do you use a dating app? If so, which one? This is Girls Planet. I use Inner Circle, I use Tinder, and I use Bumble. Inner Circle is the best. Do you want to have kids someday? This is from PF. Hell yes. Jodes G, how do you stay positive in tough times? I make a plan. Having a plan always helps me. I'm like, okay, this isn't going well. What can I do to change the situation? And that helps me get through it. Sub-Saharan Semantics, how do you stay authentic to yourself and motivated? Staying true to myself for me is very easy. I put my happiness above almost everything, as long as it's not hurting other people. Being happy kind of guides most of the decisions I make, and I feel like that helps me stay true to myself. If I'm not happy in my job, I'll leave. If I'm not happy with the people I'm hanging out with, I'll stop hanging out with them. So putting your happiness first will always help you stay true to yourself. Sarah Wakenge says, what are your future aspirations, plans and ideas aside from conquering the world? Thanks, girl. I'm glad you recognized. Future plans, just really to grow my YouTube channel. If I could be a travel blogger one day and travel the world and have hotels and airlines or something pay for me to do that, that's the goal. That's the goal. Sal Marciano, what criteria do you think women, especially young black women in their teens and 20s and 30s, should look for in a boyfriend or husband? Has it changed over time with age? It has definitely changed over time. You know, I've always been someone that I like a good looking guy, and I will fall weak and like my brain cells will just fly out of my head. But I think now in this day and age, what we should really be looking for is consistency and loyalty, because these are two traits that I feel like men nowadays do not have. They'll be telling you they love you one day, and next day they're cheating on you with your cousin. I don't even know. I've seen this all now. So those are two things I think you should be looking for: consistency and loyalty, and obviously someone that loves you and puts your happiness as a priority. They want to see you happy. What about your Italian boyfriend, Giulio Carfo? I think I've answered that already. If you were to start a business, what would it be about? It would be a property business. So I want to buy a second property, then a third, a fourth, a fifth. That's what I want to do. Will I go out with a Scandinavian man? Haha, I'm going out with one tonight. Hey, my first Scandinavian date, and I'm going to Copenhagen in a few weeks. So hey, the world is my oyster. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Okay. Annie 13S, why was your relationship with your mum rocky in the past and how have you both overcome it? You've been paying attention, Annie. You've been here a while, because yes, my relationship with my mum was rocky. I would say the main reason for that is me and my mum, you could say we're twins. We're identical in terms of our spirits and our beliefs and our character, and she's so confident and like we're literally the same person. And when my mum used to moan about me to my dad would be like, don't you know that she's exactly the same? You and her are just as carbon copies of each other. And she's like, no, but she's this, she's rude, she's loud, she doesn't listen, she thinks she knows it all. And they're just gonna her like, you're just saying all the things that I've told you about you. You know, like, these are the reasons that I love you. You know, you need to love her for those reasons as well. So I think that's the reason we had a rocky, you know, but now that we have distance, you know, I don't live under her roof anymore. There's a lot more mutual respect now, I find. Girl, Greta B, good day Mimi, my question to you is, would you marry for love or money? Oh, that's a good question. I'm not going to lie to you, and maybe I'm a cynic, but things like, I'm half cynic, I'm half hella romantic. Like, I can't decide between the two, but today you caught me on a cynical day, so I would take the money. Because nowadays we know there's a 50% chance that marriage will not work out. So if I'm married for love and it doesn't work out, all I got is nothing. If I'm married for money and that does not work out, trust me honey, I'm taking lots of bank with me when I go. You gotta think about these things. Diva Original, you're so beautiful sis, keep winning, we love you. Love you girl. Hey. How do you feel about sex before marriage? Me, Miss Lady. Girl, do you, but is I married? No. Is I a virgin? No. So take from that what you will. Bitora, is it easy for you to cut toxic people off, and how do you deal with it? It's very easy for me. I don't need negativity. If you're toxic, I will address it. I'm not one to be like, oh, I just won't talk to her. I'm gonna let you know what you did to me, and then you got to go. It's a quick block, it's a delete. That's it. Marie A, like, I really love you, Maria. Like, thank you for coming to my meet up. Love you, miss you. Thank you for buying my t-shirts too. It's an oldie but goodie. Love you girl. Loyal, you loyal girl. Why are you loyal? Marie A says, what are the top tips you have for Instagram to make your post stand out and reach your target audience? Honey, you are asking the wrong girl. Like, Instagram, why y'all ain't following me though? Support your girl. But honestly, I don't pay attention that much. Like, people take it so seriously. They delete pictures if it doesn't get a lot of likes. Like, I've had runs where I was getting massive amounts of likes. Now I'm in a slump where ain't nobody liking my pictures. I don't know why, but I'm still post my pictures. The algorithm keeps changing every week. I don't know. I ain't got no tips. I ain't got no tips apart from maybe watch some YouTube videos. I think the people that post about the different algorithm changes. Haley Miles, it would be great to know what motivates you, who do I follow on YouTube, etc. The only person that two people that I really follow, Patricia Bright. I feel like she's such a smart career woman. I love seeing her entrepreneurial nature. She really inspires. She's got a book coming out. I think she's working on the clothing line. She obviously did her merch business. You know, she's got her lipstick out as well now with MAC. She's got her channel. She's just a hustler. She's got her wig company. That girl, like, she's gonna be a millionaire if she's not already one. She's doing really well for herself. And then Jayla Corian, I really love watching her. She's a lot younger than me, or at least 5 years I think, but I love seeing her live her best life. She's very out there, she's a go-getter. Her happiness is very important to her, and that's a spirit I can relate with. I just want to channel Jayla and Patricia, bring them together, and I feel like you make me. Patricia's like more serious minded, just like party girl. Bring that together, you got just doing me. Doreen Gatrell, would you ever consider living in Nigeria? Yes, I would. And when did you move? Why to all the above? Did you ever live there? I did live there. I lived in Nigeria till I was 6. And yes, I would consider living there again, but that would have to be when they have 24/7 electricity, and the roads in Lagos are not always filled with traffic, so that might be never. Running nostalgic, what advice would you give to new YouTubers in light of the new monetization rules? Oh, that's hard. So obviously you have to get your numbers up, so you might have to make some videos that you're not proud of or you don't want to talk on, but they're popular topics. You gotta do it. That's the thing about YouTube. Sometimes you get to talk about things you love, sometimes you get to talk about things that are current affairs. So if you think that's gonna get you your views and get you your numbers, sometimes you're just gonna have to do it, because now it's all a numbers game. Gracie Williams, Mimi, are you currently dating someone? If not, how do you manage the society and family pressure? Oh, that's a good question. To get married at a certain age. I am currently not dating anyone. I am just about to go on a first date though, so yeah, your girl's getting back out there. But how do I handle it? Luckily, I am the third of 4 children, so none of us have no kids. So when my mum and everybody starts coming for me, I'm like, look, you got to all our children, please go and talk to them first. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure. I try not to pay any attention to it, because when you're miserable in the marriage, none of them will be there with you. And I look at people that I know, my friends who are married, and I don't see them happy. I don't see them living. I don't want their life. And that really helps me be comfortable in my life, because I'm like, I don't want your life. I think if anything, you want mine. So yeah. Just Me 101, how's the process of buying a new property going? Have you put it on hold? It's not going. So I wanted to buy in Spain, but that really involves me moving back to Spain, which I'm currently not ready to do, and getting a full-time job back in Spain to justify the mortgage. So there's a lot of things to go into that. I know I've got a job waiting for me with my old company if I do decide to move back, but currently I'm not there. So it's on hold at the moment, but next year I will be reassessing and deciding what my next step is. Chloe J, I would love to know more about your experience with Spanish guys and if there are any huge cultural differences. Love you, Mimi. I love you too, girl. But I did the video on this. It's called Dating Spanish Guys. All the tea you need to know are there, and it was not the best experiences at all. Gunette Abensets, we're getting to the end. I don't see the link for your hair in the 10-minute makeover. I'm sorry, girl, I always do this. I'm gonna go add that in for you now. Richard Oluwaleye, happy weekend, sweetheart, you rock. Oh, that's so cute. So thank you guys for dropping your question. I think I answered most of them, not all of them. Some of them were like duplicate questions or very similar, so I didn't tackle those. But I hope you guys feel like you know me better. I always want to try and be as open as I possibly can. Live your best life, be confident, do you, travel, eat well, whatever. So I knew you're adjusting me, they are looking good, and you're most definitely being good. Ciao, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hey. No retreat, no surrender. One of the rules of the game.